The ending. It was
Yes.
a little confusing for me.
That's okay. That's okay. We've heard that.
I didn't know if like they decided to raise the son or what was going on there exactly. I didn't know why this like the semiology for picking up the nun.
It was basically the whole point of people wanted us to have a sequel. At first, we didn't know if we were going to have a sequel or not, just in case. So, yeah, leaving it open, the kids, I mean, he's the devil, doesn't really die. And basically, she's going to go and hunt him. And then you learn the sequel. Actually, the writer wrote, he's got a sequel ready in case we make it. You know, you learn why, this girl gets her, basically her ass kicked repeatedly. You actually learn why she's so strong, why she doesn't know certain things about herself. So there you go. Yep.
Why was the priest following her in the first place?
Why? Because why was he following her? Because so these are good questions. Maybe we should be one. Because he's been following them for a while. And that's why when the dad says, "I thought I killed him in Romania," and the priest is so messed up. I mean, he can barely talk anymore. But he's trying to kill the kid, and he knows that if he watches them and if they're actually going to leave the house and have a babysitter, he can have a chance to get inside. So that's why he's following her.
He follows her before she gets the babysitter thing.
Yeah, but if he sees that she took the number and that she called and he's checking her out, anybody that takes that number, he's going to try to check out.
He watched her get the number though. So he was following her before she...
Well, he was watching the sign. So these are good questions. No, he was watching to see if anybody took the number. Yes.
Who was the blonde woman at the end since they killed the mother? Is there another family member?
There's, huh? It actually wasn't for me.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So and then all the. Find that out in the sequel?
We'll find out.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
That's all I know.
And that movie is actually really well in England, so it looks like there's going to be a sequel. So.
I will be seeing that.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Great job. It was
Thank you.
really entertaining. And I have a couple questions. I don't know from your background, but have you done horror before?
I've never done horror
So what?
voice. I mean, I have a small company, film production distribution company. I've got 3 partners, and we made films in various genres, various budgets, and it just so happened that at the time, I mean, again, this is about independent film, how interesting it can be and how certain things happen. We were thinking of making a horror movie, and I met my friend Jonas, who I hadn't seen in quite some time. I had written the script with him a few years before, and I met him at a friend's party, a bar in Hollywood, and he basically said, "Hey, I've got an idea for a horror film, and I'm going to go quit my job, take all my savings, and go make a short up at my mom's house in the middle of nowhere." And I said, "Okay, well, tell me about it, because we're thinking of making a horror film." He told me the title. He told me 3 or 4 sentences. I really liked the idea. The girl gets a job babysitting on a rural farm, and you find out in the middle of the movie that she's babysitting the son of the devil. And I thought, wow, I think that's pretty clever. And that's why we made a horror movie. I went to my other partner, who's kind of in charge of the money. Told her about it. She liked the idea. She liked the title, and she brought him in a week later. He pitched it to us, and we bought the pitch. And we said, "Okay, go write it." He came back 6 weeks later and had a script, and we had the money together, and one thing led to the next. But this is the first time I did a horror film. It's very interesting when you're not from the horror world and you actually enter this world, because it's got seriously intense fans, and there's these really remarkable film festivals around the world that just specialize in horror, and it's played at all of them, which has been really nice. But I mean, it premiered at a festival in Spain, which is like the biggest horror festival in Europe, and they premiered it at 2 o'clock in the morning, which, for me, I was like, man, there's nobody else going to be in this movie. And it was a 1,000-seat theater, and it's filled because these fans, these horror fans, they stay up all night and they watch movies. That's what they do at this festival. So, I mean, I like horror very much because it allows you to be artistic. I mean, look, we had not a lot of money to make this movie. So you have to be creative, have to, it forces you out of necessity to hopefully do some creative things. And that's kind of what's fun about art. You can have fun with the lighting. You know, you get a really good cinematographer and they can play with the light, as opposed to, you know, if you see a comedy, you're not really focused on the cinematography and the lighting and shots and things like that. So, can I answer your question? Okay. Yes?
Why is New Line Cinema making darker films than when you're making lighter films? And they're making this new film called A Nightmare on Elm Street. And New Line Cinema made a budget of over $500,000. And why are they rewriting it and making this guy pretty Krueger?
Because they can't think of new ideas. So, no, I agree with you. There are classic movies that I think should be left alone.
Right.
So,
They should be left alone and they should leave it like at that.
yeah. So, but then there's people that make Paranormal Activity $15,000 and everybody goes, oh my God. So.